So do you want me to go like 6 minutes left, 5 minutes left? Okay.
Thank you. Nice art.
You're ready?
All right, guys. So first, I want to ask you guys to please close your eyes. So I want you guys to imagine something. I want you guys to imagine a bacon-wrapped avocado, a side of spinach, a soft-boiled egg on the side, maybe a little salt and pepper on top. All that topped with some cheese and some green onions. All right. Can you see that? Maybe you can smell it. All right. Open your eyes, guys. So that is a typical meal of a ketogenic diet. So many people eat meals like this every day and they lose weight. But you gotta ask yourself, is this good for you? So after doing countless hours of research, I feel that I have a better understanding of about this topic to inform all of you guys today. So the ketogenic diet has risen into popularity in the past decade as the next best weight loss plan. But speculation has risen whether this high-fat, rich diet is even good for you. Do the benefits outweigh the consequences? So today I will discuss with you guys the origins of the ketogenic diet and some background, the pros of the diet and the cons of the diet. So first I will discuss the origins of the diet. So what is the ketogenic diet? Well, according to the nutrition source from Harvard School of Public Health, the ketogenic or keto diet is a low-carb, high-fat, rich diet. It was mainly used in the 19th century to actually cure epilepsy and seizures in children. As stated by James Wellis in his paper, History of the Ketogenic Diet, fasting is actually a precursor to the ketogenic diet. Fasting and dieting was used to treat diseases as early back as like 500 BC. But modern medicine has just gotten introduced to the ketogenic diet around like the 1920s. In 1921, Dr. Russell Wilder actually proposed that maybe the benefits of fasting could be achieved another way. So that's when he established the ketogenic diet. The ketogenic diet was actually used to treat patients with epilepsy. So the ketogenic diet mimics the benefits of fasting by restricting your carbohydrate intake, and that's how he got the diet. It was used in the next couple decades to actually treat children with epilepsy, but as more anti-epileptic drugs and treatments came about, it became more futile and not many people started using it for that treatment. So the modern use of the ketogenic diet is actually weight loss. So according to Marcelo Campos from the Harvard Medical School Health Blog, this is how the ketogenic diet actually shreds fat. So basically your body's natural energy source is glucose. You get that from breaking down carbohydrates. But when you don't eat enough carbohydrates or you fast, your body begins to tap into the storages of glucose in like your liver or in your muscles. But once those storages are completely depleted, our body starts changing things up. So insulin levels go down and our body begins breaking down fats for energy. And these breakdown of fats actually releases things called ketones, and these ketones are like the energy substitutes that we use instead of glucose. So a typical ketogenic diet includes stuff like meats, fish, cheese, oils, like like seeds and nuts. And the little bit of carbs that you get come from like fibrous vegetables. So now that I've discussed some of the history and the background of the ketogenic diet, I'm going to discuss with you guys some of the pros. So other than its main use as weight loss, it is also used to control, some studies have seen that it's helped control type 2 diabetes and also improved cardiovascular health. So according to Westerterp, Plantanga, and colleagues, the low-carb keto diet actually reduces your appetite. So the high amount of protein you get, it kind of gives you that satisfying effect that you're full, when in reality you're kind of not really. It's just that manipulation of the hormones of hunger kind of makes you naturally not eat as much. And on top of that, breaking down like proteins and fats, it uses a lot more energy to actually break down those things in general. So you're using more energy to break things down, thus losing more weight. And some of the studies I found showing that the keto diet has improved cardiovascular health and controlled type 2 diabetes include, according to Jeff S. Volek from the Journal of Nutrition, the keto diet actually helps to decrease LDL cholesterol, which is like bad cholesterol that like plugs up your arteries and everything, and it increases HDL cholesterol, which is like the good cholesterol that helps lower your risks of heart disease. And the next study was, according to Sarah J. Hallberg and colleagues, shows that carbohydrate restriction actually helps improve glucose control in patients with type 2 diabetes. So like by restricting the amount of glucose you're intaking, you're controlling that glycemic level in people with type 2 diabetes. So now that I've discussed the pros of the ketogenic diet, I will discuss some of the cons. The ketogenic diet, many of the cons come in the beginning struggles, adhering to the actual diet, and even some long-term effects due to some nutrient deficiencies, and even some unknown stuff, which I will get to. So initially you have the keto flu and adhering to the diet. So when you start off with a ketogenic diet, according to the nutrition source from Harvard School of Public Health, potential symptoms from like restricting your carbohydrate intake include fatigue, dizziness, irritability, constipation, trouble focusing. Like you're not getting enough carbohydrates, so your body doesn't know how to function properly. And another big problem is adhering to the diet. So it's really hard to stick to a diet that really restricts what your body naturally craves. You naturally crave carbohydrates and energy and like glucose and sugars to function. So since you're doing that change, it's really hard to take a 180 and completely like remove all those big carbohydrates from your diet. So a lot of the long-term effects of the ketogenic diet have actually not been studied that much. There isn't a lot of it on there, but some of the research that has been done on it shows that the ketogenic diet can lead to certain nutrient deficiency diseases as well as other unknown effects. So according to Jason B. Calton's prevalence of micronutrient deficiency in popular diet plans, the nutrient deficiency is actually linked to higher risks of obesity and other chronic diseases like osteoporosis and kidney disease because you're literally removing a whole food group from your diet. So that will cause a lot of problems. But since not many of studies have been shown, when you take the ketogenic diet, you're actually taking a risk of what's going to happen because there hasn't been many studies. So you're kind of experimenting on your own body to see what's going to happen if you take the ketogenic diet long term, and that's just something to take into account for. So now that I've discussed the cons, I'm going to wrap things up. The ketogenic diet has been used in the past for epilepsy and seizure treatments, but recently it's been exploded as the best weight loss treatment out there. I've discussed the origins, the pros, and the cons, but because I went through all that, I want you guys to take all that with a grain of salt. So I recommend personally doing your own research on this. Take the information on what you see online, use your own input and judgment to see if this diet is what's best for you, and it is your guys' choice whether this diet is useful for you and whether it's living up to the hype or not. Thank you.